Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to use NOX Player to help you with all of the multiple accounts that you have, like Idol Champ, the K King, most prominently. Um, I just wanted to remind you that NOX can't be used for Idol Pick, Fan Plus, and Star Pass. Star Pass unfortunately restricts the use of emulator for their application. So for this video, you'll be learning how to use APK version. You can use the Google version where you download the Google Play and you log it in and everything. So I'll be showing you first the APK version and then the Google version. So let's start. So first of all, you have to download NOX Player and then you run it and just install it on your computer. I won't be showing you how that is because it takes too long. We'll jump right into how to make instances on NOX Player. So once you installed it into your computer, you'll have this NOX here and then the multi-drive. So try to open the multi-drive and then click on add emulator, and then you can just click it open here. So as you can see, it's still pretty big, so wait for it to get smaller and then you can start doing what you need to do. So you should have your email ready or your KakaoTalk information ready. So it's best to put everything on a spreadsheet so that you can monitor how everything is. So once it opens up like this, you can make it a little bit smaller so that you won't have to worry about the size. So you won't be needing the App Center or the pre-registration. So it's best to just put them in the tools area. You already have these um, installed programs. So in order for you to get the APK, you have to Google it. The best ones to use for if you only have a KakaoTalk account and you don't want to register your email in the Google Play, just download the Idle Champ one and the K King APK and then put it in a folder where you can access it later. For Mubeat and Who's Fan, you can use them in emulators, but my suggestion is use log into the Google Play app on NOX Player and then download it from that, because the APK for Who's Fan and Mubi doesn't really work that well. So that's why I'm showing you two methods. So once you have the APK and your KakaoTalk account ready, so this part is where you add the APK. So that icon has a plus and an APK, and then make sure that where you put the Idol Champ and the K King one is accessible, so you don't have to go through so many different places and so many different folders. So I'll make this a little bit bigger. So you have to wait for it to be downloaded. So in this version, you don't have to log into Google Play. You just have to have the APKs, and then you should have your Insta you should have your KakaoTalk email and password ready. Once it's installed, you can go ahead and log in using your KakaoTalk and do whatever it is that you need to do on there. So also for the K King, right? So The reason why I only use these two examples is because you can access them using KakaoTalk, and it does register. It does allow you to use Gmail, Facebook, and Twitter. Gmail, Twitter, Kakao, and Google, or your Gmail. So once you registered it in, you can view ads. You can view ads for pinks in terms of the K King, and for Idol Champ, you can view ads for Ruby Champ Sim and also for stars. Unfortunately, if you're using an emulator, it's a little bit buggy, like what's happening right now. So you have to try it again if it's not working. If you have a lot of systems working at the same time, it could slow down your NOX player as well. So, and if you're running out of juice in certain cases, and when you do Idle Champ with your KakaoTalk account or your Gmail, you can only sometimes it will just tell you that you can only view 5 ads for stars, and the way that you will know about that is it will just stop letting you um, register or view ads, and it will just be looping all the time. So what you need to remember to do is to make sure that you check how many times you've already watched ads, and once you're done, you move on to your next instance. So it does do a few buggy things here and there, but if you only have one cell phone, right, and you can't really view a lot of ads because you don't have more than one device, you only have your phone. So this is an option for you to um, view ads and make sure that you can check out all the accounts that you have. If you have tons of Gmails, you can make twice as many accounts. So you have the Google version, and then you can make a Kakao account using your Gmail, right? So there's a video in our channel that will show you how to do that. So after you're done viewing ads, you can continue to do so until you get about 5 each. So for Ruby Gem Theme, there's only 5 now, but each one you can get 4 Ruby Gem Themes. And then for stars, of course, there's 10 instances that you can view an ad for every device per one account. Even if you open another account in the same instance for the NOX player or your device, you only get the comment, community post, and attendance reward, as well as the ad view chances once. So if you can see, I'm not logged into my Google Play, so it doesn't matter. You just have to go back. And so you can also answer all the quizzes that is available here. So the ones that have 0, don't answer them. The ones that are still active, you can answer them. So the last 4 quizzes are the best ones to answer first, and then yeah, so you can go to the chart, you can give to that, but the most important thing that we need to go to is the star giving one. So if you only have a little bit, it would be a good idea to get more before you send your stars, right? So for the K King, it's the same. You just have to log in using your KakaoTalk account, and once you're inside, so once you're inside, you can start viewing ads. So for regular days, you only get 10 times per hour. So for that whole day. So we have 24 hours in a day, but before it used to be 240 instances and there was a way to navigate around that, but now we can't. So they put in during their very last update that you have to you can only view 10 ads each time. So once you have enough um, pinks, you can convert them into hearts, and then you'll be able to vote in the idol ranking. So it's best to save a lot before you do that in order for you to be able to um, vote together with other fans, and then there would be a bigger impact because you're all dropping at the same time. So usually the best time to drop it is during the K-King War, which gives rewards to the group that has the most drops that time. So for hearts you need only 10. For stars you need 20 pinks. So the stars are for fandom ads over at this part, subway, outdoor, bus ads. So somebody has to make one, but it takes a lot. It costs a lot of time to do that, so the target is usually this one. So here you can vote if you only converted pinks to hearts. So of course I didn't save a lot, I just voted those. So this is a newly, you can, once you make the K-King account, it just needs you to put in your email. So there's another video on how to make the K-King account here, so it hasn't really changed. It's just the only change for the K-King is the security feature. So now I'm going to show you how to use with a Google account. So earlier we made this instance, so it's taking time to close. So you can open a new one, and then you have to make sure that your email and password is ready so that you can just log it in. So open up your spreadsheet for that, so you can also track down how many items you have, how many stars, rubies, greens, pinks, or whatever that you have, how many beats you have. So log in on the play. This is already if you open the emulator that is the Android 7, it already has the Google Play in it and the other features. So it does have more memory. It does take up more memory than just having. So this one, if you have all of the files, usually it's quite a bit. So now just log in into your Google account in Google Play. So once you're in there, this is the one where you can use, this is the version where you can download almost all of the apps that you would need: Foosfan, Moonbeat, StarPlay, StarPass. Well, StarPass, not StarPass, because it doesn't allow you to use emulators. So if you already used this email before for certain things, you could just go to your library. It should have the information about the application that you used before, so you don't have to manually search for everything. So you can use more than one Gmail, but you'd have to put in Gmail application. So while you're waiting for all of these apps to get installed in your instance, you can just organize all the other accounts that you could be using. So sometimes it does something like this, like there would be two icons, but usually the ones that have the blue dot is the active one. So just if you uninstall one of them, both of them will be uninstalled. So in my case, I just let it go. It's just there. And then once you open the movie, you can log in and watch as many ads as you need. So when you register using your Gmail account in this thing, so you can just directly open it, the account via Gmail. So if you know your Facebook and other accounts, so just go ahead and watch the ads until you reach 15, and then that should be okay. So that's it for that day. So you can actually open more than more than one account. So you can actually download Gmail app and then open a lot of different movie accounts using those Gmails, but it will increase the memory that is being used by that instance. So if you notice now, from the previous amount that was there, 63 MB that doesn't have anything yet, it became 538. So if you have all of these accounts, you will have to log in and register, and so all of that data that is being used up is actually being taken away from your storage space. So you have to make sure that you have enough space, because it's gonna alert you that, oh, you used too much space and other things. So you should be very careful, and don't, if you have a lot of accounts and you think you can't handle all of them, or your computer can't handle the storage space that NOX Player will be requiring, then you have to make sure that you don't overdo it. So on your phone, you can use Super Cloner. You can also use, of course, the original applications for your main accounts. So this is just for people who have a lot of accounts. So make sure that you can actually have two instances at the same time, and you can use it, but it does slow down even a computer that has very few things on it. So if you're multitasking, you have to be very careful not to overwork your memory. So if you notice, it's running on your full RAM if you have two instances of NOX Player. So if you have other things that you're doing, like you're watching videos, or you're doing work stuff or school stuff, it will take up a lot of the processing memory. So if you do that, if you are not doing anything else while you're doing that, it's possible for you to open two things at the same time, but there is going to be a lag because of that. So you need to make sure that, so if you have watched all the ads, you'll see that, and then if you also watched all the ads for the stars, then it will not allow you to do that, right? So there are some instances where it only allows 5 ads for the stars, but you can go back to it later when you're internet speed is faster, or if the computer is not, if the account is, if the app is not being bombarded by a lot of users, then it might allow you to go back and watch all the ads that you need. So if you notice, there's 4 cham themes, so you have the attendance, and because the PD names are very helpful in our community, they're able to like everything until 30. So if you notice here, some of the ads are only for 5 days. So because sometimes there's a glitch, they are only allowing 5 on the emulator. Okay, on a regular device, you should be able to watch 10-star ads to get 10 stars, which you can then give away to the star giving account. Okay, so please continue to gather for the comeback, and for the rest of the month, when we have a comeback, make sure to check out Pentagon PH10 for any instructions. Just do it vote, just do it universe, Pentagon promo, and all of your um, local fan bases. If you don't have one yet, please gather some universe in your area who are very passionate and have time to support and promote locally. And please do join the fan union if you need help and you need guidance, and so we can coordinate. Even if it's just one small group of universe, if we work together, we can grow the fandom. We can make more fans love Pentagon for each comeback. So Love or Take is a really great album, and Pentagon really worked hard on it. So let's continue to support them. So I'll see you guys on March 15th. So make sure that you gather as many of whatever you need on applications, and I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section, and if it's possible for us to make a video, we will. If not, we'll answer your questions in the comment section. So, fighting!